Hi there, it's Tracy Daviero here from Your VA Mentor. Thanks so much for tuning into our video. Today I'm coming to you from my front porch. It is very muggy out today. It is very hot, and these last few weeks, I think it's supposed to cool down. They say, like, get rid of the humidity in the air. So what happens in those cases, here's my little, intro. What happens in those cases when it's really hot and muggy outside, the air conditioning runs quite a bit in the house. And so it ends up feeling cool. So when you dress for the weather, as I have, you sit in the house and it gets kind of chilly and it's dark and it's everything. So anyway, I like to come out and do my lives outside and do some of my business reading too. So I wanted to talk to you today about reading business books. When you are getting started as a VA, or when you are sort of existing as a VA, lots of times we don't treat ourselves like a business owner. We don't act like a business owner. And one of the things that I really am trying to encourage people to shift their mindset, so that you recognize that you're not just someone's helper in your business. And you don't, whether you want to work with 2 clients or 100 clients or 500 clients, it doesn't really matter. It's not about the size of your business. It's about your mindset and understanding that you are a business owner in your own right. You are an equal to your clients, to all of your clients. And you should have them treat you as such, right? Not as the help. And I know I've said this before. I'll continue to say it because I think it's a lesson that a lot of VAs really need to learn. And but in terms of them treating you like a business owner, it has to start with you. It's very important that you recognize you are a business owner and you are excellent at what you do. Here we go. You're excellent at what you do. You have expertise. You are helping them in their business. There's no question. Anybody who's getting support from a VA, they are doing better in their business. And so it's essential that you start thinking like that too. And one of the best ways, we talk about taking training and doing all kinds of things in our business to make us better. Professional development will always make us better. But understanding that a lot of VAs have a limited budget. They worry about money and spending money that maybe is something, maybe that they can't, afford, or they think that they can't afford. Because here's the thing, what I've been working on with my business coach is, looking at the expenses that we have and all those kinds of things, and understanding how much money it takes me to run my business. Also, how much I'm paying myself, right, in my business, because all the money that I make for my clients, just like you, is not coming to me. I owe taxes, I owe expenses, I owe, lots of different things. And so, just like you will in your business. So it's really important to understand that when you're looking at how much it costs you to run your business, it's not always about cutting back on those expenses. It can be, and that's a really good thing to do, is identify the things that you're using and whether or not they're being effective for you and whether they're a good return on your investment. But in terms of professional development, we often put it off: training, learning, going to events, memberships in certain things. There's lots of different things that we will put off because we feel like we don't have the money to pay for them. And my business coach has shifted my mindset on this to not to cut back on the things that I can't afford, or that, my perception is that I can't afford, but instead to go out and make the money to pay for them. And it's a big shift, especially if you don't know how to get clients, or if you're struggling to get clients. There's no question it's a big shift. But once you start there and you realize that all you have to do is make the money to pay for the thing that you want, it really helps you to understand the way business works. It's not about slimming down everything that you can do so that you're not paying out any money, because you can't grow your business like that. It's very important to understand that, you put things, and that doesn't mean you have to run out and spend $5,000 on a course tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. But the point is, you can put it into your budget and you can say, okay, I want to do that in December. 6 months from now, I want to do that. How am I going to do that? And then you put the strategy in place to earn the money so that you can do it, not to pay for it now, and then try to figure it out later on. You can do that too. But if you're not confident in your ability to bring in money into your business, then that's not a really good decision for you. So all that to say, business books are an excellent way for you to get professional development without enrolling in a lot of courses, and that kind of thing. There's a little pile behind me here. I belong to a book club, a business book club, which we're about to have in 15 minutes. We're having our monthly business books call. Books and Business, I think it's called. Anyway, the program is called Thought Readers, and it's with my coach Lisa Larder, and it's amazing. I've been in okay, here's the thing. I've been in this book club for, I'm going to say 18 months now, because it's the middle of the year and I joined last year. So 18 months now. So there's not 18 books there. I couldn't wrangle all of them up. They're here and there sort of around the house. These ones were just on the top shelf of my bookshelf. But here's the thing. I was not a reader. Not a reader at all. I couldn't do it. I would read 3 pages of a book. I would fall asleep. I didn't have not really the stamina, but I didn't really have the interest. I didn't have, I didn't have the skill to read books, which seems kind of silly. I know how to read, lots of reading going on, but I didn't have I didn't have the right habits. I didn't have the right routine. I didn't have the right anything. And so she convinced me a couple of years ago to join the book club and give it a shot. She says, we're going to we'll talk about reading schedules so that you can read a few pages a day and you can still keep up with it. We'll talk about the, main points of the book each week. So we have topics of discussion and we'll talk about, then we'll have a call at the end of the month to talk about what I thought of the book, what you thought of the book. And this is a group call, of course. And then, we just open it up for business questions after that. So it's been exceptionally valuable to me for a lot of reasons. First of all, I love to read books now. I love to mainly read business books because that's kind of what I'm like. I've always been like a print reader. So I would read magazines and, short stories and news stories and, lots of blog posts, obviously, that kind of thing. So I've always loved to read in short stints like that. But I really, really love to read books now, and particularly business books. Because what I've been taught now to glean the knowledge that I need from them and figure out how to implement it into my business. And so although every single month, so what happens is she ships us the book, she chooses the book, she ships us the book, and then we read it, during our own time, but we have a reading schedule that we adhere to, and the discussions focus around that. So it's really structured, which I love. You guys know I love structure, and so it's really, really important for me to have that so that I know where I should be at any given time. And it really helps me to sort of meet that deadline. So you can see here, this is our last month's book. We read Dare to Lead, and it doesn't show up correctly, I don't think, on the Facebook Live because I'm backwards here. But this is Brené Brown. And you can see the little notes here. This is how we divide it up. This is the reading schedule. So week 1, you have to be here, 2, 3, and I've got it all marked out like that. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm going through these books. And each month I decide on, just the way I teach you guys, one thing, really one solid thing, either one tactic, one strategy, or one piece of advice, because, and then I implement that into my business. It's very, very important that when you learn anything, that you take action on it and that you do it, because otherwise I'm just reading this pile of books, right? And I'm not doing anything with it. So it is really important for, to have that kind of strategy. But when you are struggling in terms of what to learn in your business or how to implement learning into your business, books are a really, really good way to do it. They're an excellent way because they're cost effective, right? Like, what does this one cost? This one costs probably $20 or something like this. And so, if you need a mindset shift to go from a lot of VAs do. I'll tell you that from talking to all of them, a lot of them on a daily basis, is, a lot of VAs need that mindset shift to go from a helper and all the vulnerability and all the things that Brené Brown talks about, right? What do we talk about? Vulnerability, confidence, skills and practice and shame and all these kinds of things. This is really personal development work that really, really helps you as a business owner. This is our book that we're reading this month, which I absolutely love. I did not think I would love this book. This is called Combo Prospecting, and it's called The Powerful 1-2 Punch That Fills Your Pipeline and Wins Sales. Ick. Does it ever sound gross, right? Like, it's like a book for salespeople. And it's so funny because when I looked at it, and you can see the boxing glove there and everything, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to like this book. This is going to be a book for salespeople, and I've had a sales job before, and it was push, push, push all the time, and I was not a big fan. That's where I am in it right now. We have another couple of weeks till we're done. I'm actually ahead of my reading schedule on this one. I didn't have to mark it. I just marked this one quickly with page numbers as to where I should be. And but anyway, I absolutely love this book, and I'll tell you why. Is that it's got some really amazing tips on how to do follow up with people. And so follow-up in my business is something that I always struggle with. I do with some people I do it very, very well. With the majority of the people that I come into contact with, I don't do it very well at all. And I'm totally vulnerable in terms of in terms of follow-up. I love to do it, but I tend to miss the boat as much as all VAs do. I know that all of us feel like we're bothering people when we reach out to them and when we follow up with them, and it's really not that's not the case at all. And so there are some amazing ideas in here, and they're not difficult. They're very, very simple ideas, right? Just simple things that you can do in your business to do follow-up with people. And so I'm really getting a lot of information out of this book. And so looking at books that, if you can identify what it is that you're struggling with in your business, and then find a book that can help you walk through a process or a strategy or something like that, it can do an awful lot for you. Now, joining a book club like I'm in is fantastic, I think, because I get the benefit of a multi-million-dollar coach who's helping me answer the questions. She's giving me her take on the book. All of us in the group, we're giving our take on it. So I get that mastermind from the other people in the group who are amazing. I love the business owners in this group as well. And so they are also talking about, what they liked and what they disliked and what they implemented and what they didn't. And then at the end of that, then at the end of the call, we actually get to ask the business coach anything we want about our business. So it's an amazing, amazing opportunity to actually join, a group that is, it's a group, so it's less expensive than private coaching, but you definitely get private coaching on it all the time. And so I can ask specifically, I would have thought that this one, the Brené Brown, because Brené is so popular, I would have thought, yeah, I'm going to love this book. And I would have thought by looking at this one and reading sort of the synopsis on the back, I'm going to hate this book. You know what? This one didn't do a whole lot for me. I'm not a huge Brené Brown fan. I like her stuff. I get why people like her, but I find it really hard to implement the things that she suggests in her book because I'm not feeling what I'm reading, right? Whereas here, I'm like tactical, holy cow, I can go and do this. And it really, really helps. So every book you read is not going to be, the be all and the end all for what you need to do in your business. But there are some really amazing books out there that you can pull a lot of good information from. And so, if you're struggling on what you need to learn, if you're struggling with what you need to learn next, I would be happy to, my calendar is always available for you guys to book a call, talk to me about where you're struggling with, what you're looking to maybe push through. There's always an area that you can make better, right? Whether it's a personal development thing that you just don't feel confident enough to be able to talk to your customers about your service, or you're an introvert and networking is really a struggle for you, or you're talking to people and you're just not saying the right things, or whether it's that you live out in the country like me and driving to networking events or trying to find local customers is really challenging for you. There's so many struggles that we can have in our business. I am always open to have a conversation with you to help you identify what it is that your struggle is and how you can get through it. And like I say, sometimes that means working privately with me, but the majority of the time, guys, I'm not trying to sell you a coaching package. It's if I can help you, I'd love to help you. I'll give you that option. But if I can suggest a book, maybe not this one, maybe I suggest Dare to Lead for you. Maybe I suggest building a story brand, or what's that other one that I loved so much? Hold on, I'm going to turn around quickly. High Performance Habits. Amazing, amazing book from Brendon Burchard. I actually pulled it out again last month after the VA conference in Ottawa. I pulled that book back out because I quoted it several times, and I needed to be able to provide, the information about it to one of my mastermind clients who was actually at the workshop, with the mastermind workshop with us after the conference. So it's really important to understand that when you implement little pieces like that from books into your business, you will have those forever and ever. They'll be sitting on your bookshelf and you can identify back to them. It's a really, really good way to build your business a little bit at a time. I think we're all guilty sometimes of trying to do too much at once. And if you just do little things all the time, like I talk about, little things, change little habits, change your routines, change the tactics that you're using to market your business and try to find clients, I think you'll do a lot better. So you are welcome to anytime, yourvamentor.com/15-minute, 15-min is what it is. And I'll put that in the description for the video, but definitely please book a call with me and let's talk about where you're stuck. If there's, a book that I can suggest for you, you have to work within your budget. And if your budget is not to join a coaching program right now or attend a really expensive event, you still have to be pushing yourself forward. You still have to be learning the things that you don't know. And sometimes a book is exactly the way to do it. So I'd love to talk to you about it. Definitely reach out. And I look forward to hearing your comments and questions on this video. I will see you again next week. Take care.